I think women need to embrace themselves and rock on with their curves, and I love the sexy comic book characters. I'm all about it.
I think women are objectified a little bit much, but at the same time, I can't complain. They're beautiful, and I really like looking at them. So I'm kind of on both sides of the issue, really. I mean, then again, like, people who put themselves in front of the camera or in the public eye need to be aware of what they're doing and the roles that they're taking. I mean, considering what we do, we're pinup models, you know, I can't really get upset if somebody wants to come over and ogle us because there's pictures of us half naked, you know, behind us. So
That's good, because that was actually next on our itinerary, was to the ogling part.
excellent.
I think it's great. They're all very sexy. Perfect. That's the way it should be at all times.
You know, it really depends. I'm a big fan of like hack slash and things like that. So it's rough because like the women are generally portrayed as, you know, the really strong physical characters and really what's the word I'm looking for? Just, you know, sure of themselves and everything. But then occasionally you get the portrayal of the weak, helpless female. It's not so much now, I think, as the industry's you know, increased with female popularity and everything. But
Yeah, girls can kick butt. Boys just can't kick butt like girls.
Women, not just in comic books, but in media and everything, they got to lose weight, they got to look a certain way. Who cares? I love women regardless, you know what I mean? I'm EOE, you know, that, I mean, who cares, you know? Fat, skinny, you know, black, white, green, purple, who cares, you know? Just like Captain Kirk, you know how you make love to them green ones.
I think that women in all media in general are kind of degraded in a sense. All their costumes are very impractical in most movies and in comics and video games. I mean, I know they're trying to get that sexual tension in there, but it gets a little bit ridiculous. You know, obviously, you know, being Spider-Man, I guess I don't really have a whole lot of room to talk. All I'm wearing is a spandex bodysuit, but you know, it's not too practical for people to be fighting crime wearing pretty much nothing.
if you're writing the character as a real strong female character and you want to include some of the sex appeal, it's one thing, but to simply, you know, because I don't know, it's hard because as long as they're confident and like aware of, you know, of their sex appeal and using it to their advantage, it's one thing, but sometimes they do go a little overboard where it's all you can focus on, and it's like that's not really what the comic's about. It's not about how everyone looks necessarily, it's about what they're capable of, kind of thing. So
Do you feel comfortable with her reading a comic where, you know, with scantily clad women? Do you think that that's appropriate? What do you think about that?
you know, I do censor a little bit what she reads. She's my little sister, and I don't want her reading anything out of her, you know, her age group. But we've definitely, she likes Emma Frost a lot, and that one can be difficult. There's, you know, so I censor her a little bit.
They write comics sometimes, we're thinking that we're all like weird perverts, and it's reinforcing a stereotype of comic fans. And I think it's super lame because we've come a long way with, you know, like Buffy and, you know, all Joss Whedon has done and all that.
I think a parent should be a role model. I don't agree with people who want to pawn off people's actions on media, or, you know, the kids are awful because they're reading comic books or because of this or because of that. Like, if their parents instill in them judgment and proper behavior, then those things aren't going to be an issue. Admiring them, absolutely. I mean, that's just the core of literature, is finding yourself in these worlds and taking on these characters, and I think that's great, but I think all of that needs to start with the parents, for sure.
So there's still room in this world then for good role models and good pinup girls and all of that other stuff, right? That's basically what it is.
Absolutely. Everybody needs to be an individual and find their way and find themselves, and you know, brings out everybody's creativeness and artistic abilities in everybody, instead of being on the mainstream.
So women kick butt.
Yes. Women kick butt.
Comic Book Syndicate assemble!
Comic Book Syndicate assemble!